Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot 2 for Tuesday. We're going to be talking about royal health crises today. Crises? Crises. Be right back. Welcome to my channel. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. In this video, we are going to be talking about health crises. We're also going to be talking about it in video 2 because it's 2 for Tuesday and you get 2 videos on a common topic. I am busting out the Hydesville Tarot because I think it's important to gauge how far this health crisis has gone. And I'm going to be using the Renaissance Tarot this whole week. Digging this deck. I started using this deck on a private reading, and I was like, oh, you know what? I really like it, and I'm kind of digging it. So let's bring up that card view. Make sure you hit the like button before we get started. And also, I want to remind you guys, I have a reading special going on all this week. It's a very, very great discount on a 1-hour reading with me. And I also have bundles and discounts on all of my courses in my digital academy. So check it out. All the links are in the description down below. And let's bring up that card view. So here we go. Here we go. So there's been a lot of talk about Charles and how he looked in the last couple of images, especially the ones with the now deceased Pope Francis. So let's see, what is the state of Charles right now? King Charles. 4 of Swords. He is fighting back. He is fighting the good fight. What's crossing it? The 6 of Swords. No escape. I do agree that I don't think that this condition is going to be correctable. The 2 of Swords down below, choosing between his work and his enjoyment. The Knight of Cups, he's not happy right now. Judgment in reverse. So there's some decisions that he has to make. That 2 of Swords is absolutely choosing between his position as a king and his position as a man or a father. I've talked about this before in my earlier readings. 5 of Swords back here. He wants to leave the fighting in the past. He's done with it. Guys, the 6 of Swords is crossing him. He is not going to overcome this battle with his current situation, nor is he going to be able to overcome his conditions with his son. All of this is very disappointing to him. King of Cups in reverse and Judgment. He is still kicking around a lot of things. So what is the biggest concern of his? We're going to look at his partner, the Queen. We're going to look at the legacy of the monarchy. And then we're going to look at his family. What is his biggest concern right now? We've got Queen Camilla, the legacy of the monarchy, and his personal family. These are intertwined, but we're going to look at them separately. Queen Camilla, 10 of coins. He has everything squared away for her. She is going to be taken care of. He is not concerned about her. She's a strong chickie. I've always said this time and time again. She's someone I would love to sit down and have a lunch with, and a few gin and tonics, one of my favorite drinks. Empress 1908 is my favorite gin, and Fever Tree tonic is my favorite tonic, just in case you guys want to know. His family, the legacy of the royal family and the monarchy, this is something he is gravely concerned about. He knows that there are some issues. What does he blame for that? The 4 of Swords, this crazy fighting, the 10 of Wands, and the Tower. He feels responsible for the actions that he has done. Which actions might they be? The 8 of Coins, the Empress, and the King of Wands. I do think that he regrets not keeping things together with Diana, the Princess of Wales, and keeping that on more of an even keel. Does that mean that he regrets getting with Camilla, who is obviously the love of his life? I don't think that he regrets that, but I think that he is of the impression that if he had kept Diana happier in the position of Princess of Wales, wife, potential queen, I think that the legacy of the monarchy would have been a little bit better. I do think he is considering that very much. This King of Wands, because he dearly, dearly, dearly loved and lusted after Queen Camilla. I think he finds that this is the downfall and made his mother, his children's mother, a little bit wonky, and in turn, possibly pass that on to someone else. So here is his family legacy. There we go. Two of Cups. He wants to bring that family legacy back together. Does he want to heal the rift? No. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Seven of Wands. He wants to remove the blight on the royal family. I have called it a blight. He wants to remove it. And he wants to be seen not as a cruel father, but as a man who had to make a decision to save what is remaining of the monarchy. So, is all of this mental stress affecting his physical health? Typically, mental stress will affect our physical health. How is that working for him? Three of Wands, the Sun, Knight of Cups, Judgment in reverse, and the Seven of Swords. All of this mental stress is affecting his health. Absolutely. Three of Wands, we've got three different branches of the family at this point. We've got the king and queen, we've got the prince and the princess of Wales, and then we have their advisors. All of this is above board, out in the open, discussing it, putting forth that he is very, very unhappy and that this is affecting his judgment and allowing some shady stuff to happen. What's the solution for this? Where's his yellow brick road? What do we tell King Charles to do? Knight of Coins, Ace of Coins in reverse, Five of Wands, Seven of Coins, and the High Priestess. Up top, we have the King of Swords. King of Swords in reverse is cutting. The Nine of Swords in reverse is getting rid of the anxieties. Knight of Coins, I think he is going to provide almost a trust that will pay out certain amount of money to certain individuals to keep them at least upper middle class. I think that is part of his plan. And I do think that this will be a very, very secret plan. Ace of Coins in reverse, that indicates that this is going to be a secret. Building money, generating money, but keeping it very, very secret and out of the public view. I think there's a lot of discussion about this, and this is a pit that you're throwing money into, but in his heart of hearts, in his deepest recesses of his soul, he believes that this is the right thing to do. Will he extract the malady of the royal family? Yes, he will, because it's going to alleviate his stress. This really is what he needs to do. So creating a fund or a trust, and I know everyone argues with me on this from England and the United Kingdom. They tell me that the king cannot give Harry money. The king has his own money that he can invest for Harry. It doesn't matter if it's going to fall over to Meghan. This isn't royal funding. This is the king's own money. I think he will set up a trust for his wayward son to take care of him. So I just want to do one more card. How bad is his health? And we're going to use the Hydesville Tarot. The Hydesville Tarot is exclusively a major arcana deck. So those of you who have taken my course, those of you who haven't, there is a story to the major arcana. It's the journey of the Fool. And in this, we are experiencing life through the eyes of the Fool. The major arcana will tell us what stage of life the king is at. And we're going to read these upright. So sit tight, boys and girls. One card, guys. One card. And we're going to read it upright. I'm actually getting two. So I'm going to pull two. So I'm getting the Empress and the Hanged Man. So we've got the third card and the 12th card. So I think we're about halfway through this process if we go with the Hanged Man. I think there are some things that he can do to adjust the course of things. That Empress, it's really him trying to get back to work and trying to get back to things. When cards stick together, I do grab them together. But this is him really trying to get back on his feet and back to work. But here we're about halfway through. Where will we be at the end of the summer? The Fool, that's very interesting, because the Fool suggests that we get clear, or that we are transitioned and reborn. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting there. Well, listen, kids, tarot maniacs, friends, clients, adoring fans and friends. So we are going to, my hair looks crazy today because it's hot out. We are going to take a look at Catherine, the Princess of Wales, in the next one. I did get a comment in my YouTube on one of my videos that Catherine is allegedly experiencing some setbacks. And apparently there's another reader that said this online. So we're going to take a look at that in video too. So I will see you guys a little bit later this afternoon. And I hope you have a good time. Kitten update. My kitty cat from the front porch her name is Cutie Patootie. She moved her kittens underneath a tarp in a storage area in our one of our outbuildings here. So they are, as far as I know, safe. She's still coming for breakfast and dinner every day. So I'm not going to disturb them until I decide if I'm going to put them in the lanai. I'm thinking about just putting the whole family in the lanai, giving her a cat box, and then calling the services to have everybody neutered, and that way we can kind of handle the kittens. So I just want to touch those kittens. But I will see you in the next one a little bit later today. Bye for now.